everybody. Welcome to Minute to Skim It. I'm telling you, I think our most regular first in the door is Triple B. Thank you, Triple B, for always being here and so supportive. And then Barlord, man, coming in strong with support. Thank you.
Always appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. We're just like hanging out with people that like what we like. So hope it's helpful. My husband gave me a hard time about my shirt today. He's like, have you ever played Fortnite? I'm like, no. I bought this at a garage sale from about a 12-year-old boy. But that doesn't stop me from wanting to wear it. He was trying to quiz me. He's like, what's your favorite character?
Does he play Fortnite?
I was like, no. So my favorite skin is John Wick. And my favorite play out was when they had the giant meteor coming at you. That was really cool where you could jump on the meteor. Didn't really get you anywhere, but whatever. I can't play those games because they stress me out. I love watching people play them. I don't watch videos of people playing them, but I'll watch my kids play them. I don't know. Is there any distinction for you? Is there something that you'll watch but not play?
It's weird because I love horror movies. I love horror shows, books, comics, but horror games, I'll play them. Like Alan Wake is the most I can do with it, and maybe Resident Evil. But Alien Isolation, I played a little bit of it, and it's a fantastic game. But I had to watch someone else play it for me or watch a walkthrough. It's just too much. I like the fact that the xenomorph can learn from your play style.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Oh,
it's
no!
great.
I thought you were supposed to learn from there. Like you're just like, oh, that guy always comes out this corner.
What's what the xenomorph does to you? It's like, oh, she likes to hide. Well, I'm just gonna, go to her little hidey spots and just wait her out.
Improper use of AI.
Exactly.
That's my new thing is like proper use of AI, improper use of AI. Actually, it's proper, but whatever. What do you guys want to play a game? Yeah. What do you guys like playing versus watching? Or do you like watching anything? It's a whole new thing to me because I grew up on you could play Atari but not save anything. So if you died, you just yelled a lot or if your parents said, turn it off right now and go take out the trash. But I can't. This is the first time I've ever been to level whatever. They don't listen. You guys have it so easy now. Just save from where you are. All right. We got some crazy long list of comic books today. We did not even come close to reviewing all the stuff that probably I would have reviewed, given all the time in the world and all the time to talk to you guys. But we had to pick our favorites this time. And then some things I was befuddled by. I thought I knew what this book was about, but maybe no. So here we go. Let's review. This is the one I was like, maybe I don't know anything. I love the era of Gatchaman. I love things that came out of it. Oh no, Jigsaw. Oh yeah, no. Man, where's my Nope shirt? I got a Nope shirt the other day. I was so happy about it because I could just go Nope. But so I know so very little about this character, even though I thought I did. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Condor Man is what they call him in this book. So that's the part that confused me. Is Gatchaman's other person? Is this a side character from Gatchaman? And I'm just confused about what I'm looking at. He refers to himself as a bird. Anyway, it's a really cool book, even if you don't know anything. Just get over your confusion about it. He receives a letter from a family member he did not know existed, but he kind of buys in to the idea, or maybe he just wants so badly to meet somebody that's related to him that he maybe just ignores some warning signs. So this book is all about him meeting someone who's supposed to be his relative, which I'll spoil that part for you. It happens in the first 2 pages, so it's not a big deal. He's not related to him. But then other things happen in the book that are also very intriguing. So I don't know. Do we see a new baddie in here? Probably. But since I don't know enough about the lore of it, it could be just the introduction in comic books to a baddie that everybody knows. So if you're a huge fan of Gatchaman, you will love it. If you don't know anything about Gatchaman, it's still a good book. Or Condor Man, or whoever this character is in the front cover. See? But I think it's funny because it says Joe Bloodline. It kind of sounds like your bloodline if you're slanging it. I don't know if they meant it that way. But Steve Orlando He's a very skilled writer, and the art is really terrific. So you can get real nostalgic with me.
TMNT Shredder. So, I'm not sure where exactly this ties into the main TMNT book, but if you like Shredder, if you just want to see Shredder do Shreddery things, this is a book for you. Something that so basically something happens, I guess, with his clan, where he's like pushed out, I believe. At least that's kind of like from what I gather, like this like from this book. And again, I don't know if that's happening in the main title or not. So he's obviously not happy about that, and he's going after his group. Something happens there. I don't want to spoil too much about it, but yeah, it's just basically for all the I guess, was it millennial Gen X kids who watched Red, enjoys it, they are enjoying anything turtle related. This is a book that is worth checking out. It's just simply fun. I believe it is going to be a mini series because I don't know how long. Usually, yeah. So yeah, nothing too much. Like it basically, like I went in expecting just Shredder, just aura farming, and this is basically what I got. So
DJ name.
Yeah, Shredder. Yeah, DJ Shredder. But it's basically all I got. I think it's worth the $5 price point. If you like Shredder, definitely check this out. If you just need something to tide you over until the next Turtle book, of which there are quite a few out now, this will definitely tide you over until then.
So I have a question about like his group is the Foot, right? The Foot Clan. So like the Foot, the Hand, Splinter, Stick, Shredder. What? Okay, yeah. So you guys are also thinking a little bit what I am. So I know that in the Marvel universe you got the Hand. In this universe you got the Foot. Does it have precedence for like historical like ninja groups? Is it something that's been referred to historically, or is this just something they came up with? They're like, oh, well, someone named their thing the Foot, and we use the Hand. Is there the head out there somewhere? Or I don't know. The Shin. I just want to know. This is a serious question. Does anybody know the answer to this question? Please answer it.
I don't know if it's like fan canon or not. But I always like the idea that the accident that gave Daredevil, like his little boosts, to his senses, is the same one that the turtles they got mutated from. I don't know if that was ever true or not, but always that idea
funny.
Of just like those little baby turtles.
The backside, yeah. Whatever. I'm thinking of things that they would actually use, right? The forearm. That kind of sounds cool, actually. Next cool thing, Dune. This was really cool because it is the creative team behind the novels that are so good. It's Brian Herbert or Hebert. I'm not sure how you say his actual name, and Kevin J. Anderson, which was great writing team, doing this little piece of gorgeousness, which is, I didn't really know where it fit in timeline until I got about halfway through, and then I was like, wait a minute, that's really awesome. So this is Dune, Edge of Crysknife, which, as you know, once a crysknife has come out of its sheath, it has to taste blood. That's the cool thing about it. And a crysknife is made out of the tooth of one of the sandworms, or Shai-Hulud. So it's considered sacred. Not just anybody can carry one of these things around. It's not like you're like, ooh, I found one on the ground. Neat. Now I have a weapon. That's not the way this works in this universe. So when you meet the main character here, you see a young man who is fighting like a mom-aged woman. Clearly they're both Fremen. And he keeps calling her Mapes. And I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. If this is Atreides, Mapes is like the person that is like ends up being their handmaid or something. So you actually figure out that it is really Mapes. But the person she's fighting with is not who you think it is. You figure out who that is in relation to her. And the cool part about the storyline is that you eventually figure out where it fits in to like okay, well, I keep on calling the main character bad guy Harkonnen, but his first name is wrong from what we're used to for Dune. So you figure out which Harkonnen this person is, which is awesome and a half. And the art is so really beautiful. It's like this cover art here. You get to definitely see people riding on sandworms. You get to see big battles. You get to see blood because Chris Knife must be appeased. If you've liked any of the other Dune like novels, or like if any of the series that Boom has put out, you will love this one too. I thought I was over Dune, but I guess no.
Stitch. So this is a really cute issue. Basically, what happens? Gosh, I'm blanking on aliens' names. I feel like a failed child of Lilo and
Pumbaa and Pleakley?
Yes, the so oh my gosh, so not Pleakley. What's your name? Say Pumbaa?
I think so.
So he designs this mind controlling hair gel that he's hoping to like get into like the good graces of the evil villain organization that's in this universe. And Stitch, being Stitch, gets his paws on it, gets his hair gel on him, and he becomes literally like the bee's knees, and he has to deal with like everybody on the island or in their town just trying to like chase him down because they're like, "Oh, you're so amazing and awesome," and he does not like that attention.
It's just celebrity gel.
It's just it's like a mind controlling hair gel.
So so they're controlled if he's wearing it.
Yeah, so they go into like this. It's like this daze or whatever, and it's or they're like hypnotized. So again, it's a really fun, it's a really cute issue. If you were collecting Lilo and Stitch, I'd be very surprised if you weren't getting this one too. If you want to get a book for, you know, your loved ones, your kiddos who saw the Lilo and Stitch, I don't want to say, would you consider a live action remake? Because I know they had human actors, but Stitch was still technically like
he was still
CGI, still animated. So the Lilo and Stitch movie that came out this year with actual people in it, and they're still riding that high, I'd still give them this book because it's, you know, it's Stitch. She's adorable, just causes chaos, and I had like a big smile on my face reading this issue. Like it didn't feel like a quick, you know, I guess a cash grab. It was genuinely like such a sweet story. I'm imagining that the rest of the series, it'll be like all self-contained stories.
You know what I wish they would do is like I want everyone to be like more drawn into a new cycle of like what I call practical filmmaking, where instead of like CGing the creatures here, which you clearly can't have, like there's no person that looks like him, but instead make practical puppetry, right? Get the Oz group in, and can you imagine, like, think about the way that Falcor looked in Neverending Story, that like really cool animatronic eye movement, and what they could do now with what technology they have. I think that would be so cool. It'd be hard to make them roll or whatever, but
or they could just get Dan DeVito, paint them blue, just call it a day. That would be it.
Hey Tacoma, how are you doing? Welcome. We're comic book store people from the Houston area, and we've been doing this show Minute to Skim It for 8 or 9 years now. A long time. When I first started, people were like, you're not able to keep that up, and I was like, challenge accepted. But we do spoiler free reviews, so don't worry, we're not going to spoil your stuff. Welcome in. Oh, it's me now, Ultimate Spider-Man. Okay, so just to catch you up a little bit, the maker created this pocket universe for himself in which he could control everything, including he denied all of the superheroes any of their the thing that made them their superheroing, like their origin stories. For Peter Parker in this Ultimate Spider-Man universe, he's already married to Mary Jane. They've got 2 kids. One of the kids, I keep on calling him Ben, but it's Richard. Sorry, just keep inserting correct name here. recently, maybe 2 issues ago, cover your ears if you haven't been reading, you find out that there is a group called Mysterio. And Mysterio is not one person, Mysterio is a group. Gwen is part of this group. It is a long, long line of group people, like a legacy from family member to family member. They've been kind of like puppeteering behind the scenes. Gwen is married to Harry. Harry is the Green Goblin, but he and Pete have been fighting crime together. So he's a good guy. So that's how all of this. And then Mary Jane didn't really know what the full extent of everybody working together was. And Richard, their son, has stepped into the Spider-Man role for a short amount of time. And now he's kind of in this issue a little bit sad and disheartened because now he's getting babysat by his Uncle Ben and doesn't get to, or Grandpa Ben, I guess, and doesn't get to, he feels like maybe they're like, oh, you didn't do a good job, so now you might not ever get to have the suit again. And his internal thought or external thoughts to Uncle Ben, I just call him Uncle Ben, even though it's not his relation to him, but this is a really cool, like, them having a moment. And then there is a bunch of, like, the whole issue is a lot of Gwen, Harry, Pete, and Mary Jane all getting together for a meal, but really kind of discussing what's up, like who knows what and who's actually at risk. So it re-enters a little bit the thing that I was kind of happy about that was missing from this series, where now it's clear that at least one of the members of this group who doesn't have a super suit is aware that the rest of her family isn't in danger and isn't liking that, or at least that she's been left out of the whole, yeah, there's a secret group and we're fighting crime together or whatever. And there's a big, I'm not going to mess up there's a big secret that gets dropped in this one about Gwen. So this isn't the Ed you're looking for, Jay. Oh no. We are Mysterio, that's right.
So Sonya Reborn. So this one, it was pretty interesting. So it follows this English woman who, right off the bat when you meet her, she's plotting on killing another woman over a guy because she caught,
like we do.
she caught the other woman like with her boyfriend, so obviously her immediate reaction is to kill her, instead of just breaking up with him and just blocking both of them. But anyways, so it leads like this big chase because they're in New York. They end up in a subway station, down a subway tracks. Something happens. The woman that you see on the cover, who is Sonya, but not the one that you're familiar with. The woman in the subway falls down this hole, this portal, and she ends up in Sonya's body. So she's thinking, oh, this is just like a concussion dream sequence or whatever. I'm just hallucinating all this. I'll be fine. But she's not fine because this is a posh upper class British woman or English woman who is now in this medieval fantasy war world where there's quite a few wars, quite a few fights, and it's very bloody and it's disgusting, and she's just like, what is going on here? Again, like I said before on a previous show, when it comes to Red Sonja, all my knowledge about this character comes from conversations with friends and customers, and this one, oh, I move my hands around a lot. So, sign language, or I'm just casting a spell, Doctor Strange style. We don't know, but this one, I thought it was interesting going into this as someone who's not super familiar with the character. This is like a fun, like Red Sonja isekai story, or I guess like a fish out of water situations. But if you are like a diehard like kind of Sonja traditionalist, I can see why people might be put off from it. But I do like anything Priest writes, I'm willing to give it a shot. He's one of my favorite writers. That's why I wanted to read this one in particular. This one does have a pretty interesting cliffhanger at the end of this that I'm kind of curious to see like how it ends up. Or I Mr. Brucci.
Yeah, the producer.
Yeah,
the publisher for this book is watching us talk about his book.
So yeah, I would just give it a shot if you are again, like I said earlier, if you're not familiar with Red Sonja, this is a fun issue like to check out. If you are familiar with the character and you're like, I don't know about this about the vibe of it, I would still give it a shot. It's a number one. I thought it was fun, and it was it got pretty punchy with the humor, but it didn't go overboard with it, so I thought it was fun.
So okay, I've got two questions. I've got questions. So okay, so she's gone into Red Sonja's body. Does she have any kind of does she have Red Sonja's abilities to know how to do fighting, or is she real bad?
Well, we haven't seen this isn't a super action heavy issue. Okay. It's more talking, but there was a pretty funny moment involving a horse, because again, this is a modern English woman who's like, oh, this giant beast, I can jump on a horse easy. No, she can't.
We already know she's ready to cut somebody, so.
Oh yeah, the fact that she's willing to kill someone over a guy, which I'm wondering there's going to be more to that, because it was such a strong reaction. Again, just dump him, block him, move on, and you won't end up in get the name of the world that they're in, but still.
Nick, you missed we just talked about also Stitch, so reviewing it all.
Mandatory
tea time. We gotta make it home before mandatory tea time. I just hope it's not one of those that she wakes up on the tracks and oh, that was all imaginary.
I may have a CTE. It's fine though.
There you go. Oh no, I've got brain bleed. All right, Absolute Wonder Woman. It's so fun to me, honestly, y'all. We have all 3 of the released trade paperbacks on our front counter. And every single person that walks up, we're like, have you read any of them yet? And if they haven't, we try to walk them through what they're about. And then I always have these people that are like, oh no, I'm only doing Batman, and I don't want to read the rest of it. And then I love have you considered Wonder Woman? Oh, Wonder Woman's not my girl. I don't know. I'm like, Wonder Woman's not my girl either. So this will surprise you that this is one of my very favorite books of the series. And let me tell you why. So I just love the whole let me pitch this to you. She didn't get raised on Themyscira and not by any Amazon. She's forbidden to use the word Amazon, and she's raised in hell by Cersei. So she's a witch. So that's kind of people say, what now? What did you just say? So yeah, you can see this is this is a lighthearted, fun book with no blood. That's a lie. This is really awesome stuff. So last when we saw her, she was still in the, for lack of a better word for it, labyrinth, when she got separated from the doctor and what's the thing called with the horns? Oh no. My brain's giving me mastodon, and that's not the word I'm looking for.
Minotaur?
Thank you, Minotaur. The Minotaur has been in shackles. So this is her meeting somebody else, which she didn't think was actually going to be around. It happens in the last issue, so I'm not really spoiling anything. But this is her fully talking to this person, and it's very interesting because I still am trying to figure out whether she really does want to meet her kind in order to reconnect, or if there's some other plan. I'm not 100% certain. It is this kind of cool thing they keep teasing us with, dangling the carrot for. But yeah, she continues to be epically cool, and they surprise me every single time with the things that she can do. The story actually here starts out in the past, because I like doing this, where they before, when she was in hell and a kid and being raised, there's show some challenges that she's given by other beings that live in hell. Hey, take this orb and throw it into the water where the Hydra is, and then go get it, but don't take a weapon with you, or whatever. It's really cool how all that works out. So
It's issues 1 through 6.
Yeah, it's actually, I think Wonder Woman's 1 through 7, and the other two are
Okay.
1 through 6. I looked at it and I was like, wait, why'd they do that? But anyway, I think Wonder Woman's 1 through 7, and then Batman, Superman are 1 through 6 for whatever reasons they've decided.
Cool. Immortal Legend Batman. So if you like sci-fi, if you like westerns, if you just like Elseworld stories, you'll like this one. This one,
yep.
I went to a blind. I saw the title. I saw Batman with armor on him, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Best way I can really describe this, because I honestly feel it's more of like a western than anything.
Ooh, I like that.
So yeah, so again, if you like westerns, definitely check this one out. But I really liked it a lot. Again, I'm always gonna be a little bit biased towards like Elseworld stories because they're just so they're just so fun, and seeing characters that you're familiar with, both good and bad, and how they are portrayed in this issue, it's very interesting. There it goes into the character differences in this book compared to the main universe, even the absolute universe. Like it's something I haven't really seen before.
Oh wow!
So I don't want to go into too much detail or spoiler it for anybody who's interested in checking this book out. But again, like genuinely, just massive thighs.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
golly.
Yeah. So maybe on this planet, like no one skips leg day, because that's already had like a Planet Fitness just on every single corner. But
it just has heavy gravity.
It's heavy gravity. That's exactly what this is. Again, this was one that Elseworld stories I love. I do want to read it like the next issue because that's how much I liked it. So may end up on my pull list after I told myself no more books on my pull list, but this will sneak up. This will somehow sneak on there. Highly recommend. I can't speak too much about it because it's.
So I'm guessing number 2, you're going to claim 2 for review.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, not possibly. More likely, yes.
That's how you know how much we like stuff. If we're like definitely like battling over, issue number 11 or whatever, we love it.
Yeah, no more. But yeah, and funny thing about that, tomorrow I'm buying the Sandman Mystery Theater Compendium 2. So already going back on what I just said.
She's bringing another gigantic lot of omnibuses this weekend, probably, right?
Okay, cool. Awesome. Great.
Oh, sorry.
I love omnibuses too much.
I know, they're great. Geiger. When last we saw him, he had completely powered up and blown basically a giant crater in order to thwart this big attack that was happening. The problem is that in the beginning of this book, they're not really sure where he is. And it turns out it's not a big surprise. It's like it's second page. He's not dead. He's just blown himself far away with his big pit. So this book is mostly about he's been separated from his his little gamma rods that he has to wear to control himself from like going nuclear. And if he doesn't have them, they're really dangerous. And if he wants to, he pulls them out, right? That's how he controls his power. He's like, oh, and now, boom. So this is kind of a different look. We've kind of only known him as, having like either trying to figure out his power at the very beginning or having what we have now, which is he knows what he's doing. And we're still everyone's really wanting to have his little buddy back. It's all buff out. I guess he is kind of. He definitely has that going on. But Junkyard Joe, still trying to make him turn back on, and that's part of it. Barney's okay. I'm just that site where it's like, does the dog die? You don't have to go look it up. Barney's all right. But something else has happened to another animal. That's one of the main animals in this series. So you have something to look forward to there. if you've not decided to try this book series, I highly recommend it. Just go get the first graphic novel and read that. And if it doesn't catch you, then it's all fine. You have my pass not to read the series at all, but it's one of the best series that's out there. Everything part of this universe, honestly, is terrific. So give it a consideration.
Yeah, so the Immortal Thor. So when the Immortal Thor came out, Al Ewing said that this is going to be like a three act play with three parts, of the Immortal Thor being Act 1, Immortal Thor being Act 2, and I'm hoping that we'll get to see Act 3, depending on what happens in the series. So this one, you would have to read, or at least find out what's like what happened at the end of the Immortal Thor to really understand like what's going on. But Al Ewing at the end is very kind to be like, hey, so here's why this person is in this situation right now. So you could read that very quick recap at the end, or read the Immortal Thor, because it's Al Ewing. He rarely misses. If he does, but anyways. So this is interesting. So Thor is human again, but not in the way that you think. Not the person you would expect to see.
It's just not the Doc.
So yeah, the things about that too. So I know I said that for the last book, for the Batman book. I'm trying to be as vague as possible with this one. Definitely going blind with this. I wish I could say it's not. Well, before I get ahead of myself, the man that you see on this cover again is human, but again, not who you think he is. And this is a very violent book, which surprised me. Like, I know we talked about this before. Like, there are some titles you would think that would get the red band treatment, but they don't. So this one
of those
you would expect, because again, like there's
a rating.
Yeah, I'll let you like pop it open.
It's just a T+.
Yeah, so pop it open. Look towards
it. It's not even parental advisory. What the what?
So, and again, that doesn't bother me. It's just the sheer brutality of what's happening, and realizing this is like a human person is intense. You're not seeing God Thor. You're seeing something else.
The first page is like full on bloodfest.
Right, and it keeps getting crazier. So I'm curious to see what Ewing does with this run. I don't know how many issues it's going to be. If it's going to be, because Immortal Thor ended at 26, 27-ish, like in the mid 20-ish range. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, see? It's like, how did it, like, again, because the Red Band books from Marvel, they're like, oh, it's going to be crazy, but you open it, it's like, oh, it's not too bad. But this is like, oh, wow, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, holy cow, indeed. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I really dug this book a lot. I liked it a lot.
I'm gonna have to read this.
Yeah, definitely read it. It's Al Ewing at his Ewingest. So, and it's really fun. And the art, I really do enjoy it. It's actually an artist from a previous art who's worked on Thor before. So I'm sure you guys will recognize the artist the moment you pop it open. And yeah, I'm excited to see how Act 2 plays out. May need to use Google Translate for parts of this book, and because I'm wondering if there's going to be like a bonus, I guess too, if you're fluent in Norwegian.
Ooh,
yeah.
No words.
Yeah, so I'm digging it. I'm really digging working class human Thor.
Yeah, Jay, we've been having this discussion for a while, even with Marvel. It's like we're very, very, very confused that you red band stuff that's just like kind of bloody, but not really. It's just like, oh, there's a splash of blood on this page. But then in Wolverine, or you're talking about the Predator versus Spider-Man, where there's like decapitations of people being cut in half and eviscerated right on the thing. I was like, that seems like a red band version.
Yeah, it's
not this other stuff.
Yeah, it's not us being like, like pearl clutchy about it. It's just like well, how did this get past? Like, how is this T plus when this is the one that like it gets the parental advisory warning? You know?
Yeah, this one should be T plus plus.
It's just a bit like maybe not don't get this to like for like your 5-year-old or something, or be like, oh, that's just jam.
All right, Doomed 2099. We've had so much Doom recently. I hope you like Doom because you're still gonna get more. I'm trying to inside a little bit. I'm feeling like they're giving us so much Doom to give us all the possibilities that they could be presenting in the is it Avengers that we're getting Doom in. I think that's where he's introducing himself in the movies. I don't know. I feel like they're just going to throw it in one that we're not expecting it. But anyway, so this is Doom 2099 plus a bunch of other people coming back through time to talk to Doom as Sorcerer Supreme, and giving him a great many warnings about something that he's going to do or something I can't remember if it's an object or something he's going to do. They absolutely must not, because as Doom 2099 says, I've seen that, and that is not what you're supposed to be doing at all. So I'm trying to remember who the other characters were in this. There are ones that make sense for his backstory. I put it away. It's my own. Anyway, the other characters are really cool. And I will forgive them this costume. I always feel like Doom costumes, or sorry, 2099 costumes, all they do is stick like spikes on it or gears, and they say, that's neat. But this one looks really nice. And also, what was I going to say about this? There's something that's coming. Oh, I started to see that they're starting to make solicits for another year far in the future past 2099 for storylines that they're going to tackle next. So kind of think about that for your pull boxes if you like the future look, far future look for the characters.
Imperial War, Black Panther. So this whole thing is kind of like well, I can't even say it's like a Spider-Man meme where they're all like pointing at each other. It's like, you did this, like you did this. Basically, this one shot is follows Black Panther's point of view while all this is going on. He's trying to tell Hulk, as you can tell on the cover, it's like, hey, I had nothing to do with this. This wasn't Wakanda. This is obviously there's a outside agent in play here. Let's just all calm down, as he says to the Hulk, calm down, and we'll figure this out. And Hulk is obviously
how that works for anybody you tell to calm down.
Right, exactly. Even if they're not the Hulk, that would actually make me angrier. But so obviously that's not working, and poor Amadeus Cho is just like he's trying to also de-escalate the situation, but it's the Hulk. And while all this is going on, some slight spoilers for Imperial, Shuri has been captured by one of the alien species that's, or alien armies, I guess, that's also on the chessboard here.
Yep.
So he's got to figure that out, and you get to see Black Panther in this issue at his, like, I don't want to say scheming, but, like, definitely at a, like, he's thinking about the situation and how it doesn't make sense. So obviously something else is in play here, and he's telling the other leaders, it's like, hey, when this is done, we all need to have a very serious conversation about how you can't kidnap like the
rules of engagement
we're all
are kind of
heads here, right? So yeah, this was again, like, this was like a pretty fun, like, a one shot. It's nice to see, like, I can understand why they did this as a one shot, because I think if they had added it to the Imperial miniseries, which is 4 issues, it would have been way too much going on there. So this was a nice, I don't know, compromise would be the right word here, but just a nice way to kind of show, like, oh, hey, while this is happening, Black Panther was dealing with all this crap. There is something that happens in this book where I'm curious if that's going to, that this will pay off later in a future Black Panther book, or in just in one of the miniseries, or in one of the miniseries that they have announced after Imperial is finished.
Right.
So I really really like Black Panther, and the creative team I was really excited about too. And with this one, since Imperial War, She-Hulk came out today as well.
They're all tied.
Yeah, you definitely have to read She-Hulk after reading this one. I'm assuming She-Hulk you need to have read. You need to have read Black Panther.
No, but it definitely helps if you read the most recent Imperial, because is that right? The main storyline is called Imperial.
Mm-hmm.
So, because there was this last issue that they released, dropped the shoe. So you know who actually who is the person, playing the marionettes. So it helps if you know that, but it's kind of fun to read these two Imperial War books because but they don't.
Right. And it's so funny reading this, knowing who it is, which we still won't say because it's been a week out. So right. I don't know if people have read it or not, but we've seen spoilers. Soon. Yeah. It genuinely is just so funny. It's just knowing who it is like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. The ramifications of that is going to be insane.
Yep. I'm assuming it's mine. Yep. So mine takes place, says Planet She-Hulk, but it happens with Sakaar. So, so this is her trying to be on that planet and keep everybody from losing their crap. So it has I'm trying to remember who is the people that are in play here that are also they're not in prison like I don't know, maybe they've got each other's people. So they're trying to figure out who poisoned or whatever I think it's the prince that's from here. And it's wicked cool because I can kind of see it coming from a mile away because I've watched some Hercule Poirot. So it's like, aha, I know what's going on here. So I was really happy because Stephanie Phillips is a smart cookie. But if you like Hercule Poirot, you'll like how this rolls out for like trying to figure out who did the what's. I'll leave it there. The whodunit in this is awesome.
Also, I think a trend of big buff women with big swords. We need to continue that. Just give Rhea Ripley a sword too in WWE. This will be fun.
There is a crack about that in this book.
Oh, really? Big buff women.
She cracks about her own self, which is funny.
Cool. I wonder what's going to be after this one. So this one I should have honestly read. One of us should have read both Bring on the Bad Guys this week because it would have flowed a little bit better.
You think so?
Yeah, because I guess you could have read yours by itself, but this is like the finale of it.
I always feel like they are standalone.
Yeah.
Stories, but yeah, I you're right. They did kind of feel like they might be together.
Yeah, so they are standalone stories, but this was literally the final issue of this event of this miniseries. That's why I bring this up.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know how I really felt about this one, to be honest with y'all. Like, this was like the big one, the big baddie, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be an epic end to this event, and hopefully, one of the characters she gets her revenge on him. Like, I can't wait to see how this all goes down, and it's just kind of ended with like, okay, just a shrug. And I hate saying that because like there were some one shots in the series that were stronger than others, but I was kind of hoping that the ending would be have a little bit more oomph to it. Again, I don't know if Jen's issue that she read today, if it was like, oh my God, like pull your hair out excited, but this one I was a little kind of bummed out about. I don't know. I just kind of ended like a.
It might help to read the other one actually, because I felt like there was stuff in mine that addressed Mephisto stuff. So
yeah, Mephisto, like the character, like it's Mephisto, like he's just gonna be like all that jazz, but like it was just literally like there was certain other characters that were in this issue that's like, why are you here? Like you literally you added nothing to this issue. Like they could have not had this character appear at all, and nothing would have changed. So
crap.
Yeah. So I hate to say that, guys. I really do, but it's just womp womp.
You almost spit your tea for that laugh. Oh my gosh. And Dormammu. This one actually did feel like it was they were really kind of exploring all of the who was doing the actual power plays. Dormammu is pretty strong in this power play, but you also find out there's somebody else, and it does tie back into the Mephisto story a little bit. So don't skip this one. And this one's written by my friend Mr. Packnadell. So tackle this book. You know you've liked all of the other ones. If you've liked all the other ones, you definitely need to read these last two.
Ooh. Oh man, so this is the Invisible Man. Out of all the Universal Monsters titles, this is one I was really excited about because this character is such a piece of garbage that
what do you mean?
I know, like he's so he's such
literally he's a bunch of strings, but
gosh, he's a terrible character. Like, but that's what I like reading about him or watching him. Just terrible. So I was curious if Tinian was gonna also be like, "Hey guys, remember this guy is not good." And I'm so happy to say that he continued that. It's like, hey, he's a jerk. Even before his transformation, like transformation didn't make him a monster. He was always a monster. But anyways,
I had forgotten this about this character.
I don't know. Someone in the chat would be like, "Well, he's not that bad." It's like, well, he's not nice. Like, can you make the argument that the whole thing makes him even worse than what he already was? But like, I was so excited for this book, and I'm so happy that it was just so well done. There's a critique I had about the Mummy series, which I liked it for what it was, but to me it felt like the art, which was fantastic, it just felt that it didn't quite match the tone of the story that was being told. It just didn't work. It just didn't work for me personally, but it could have worked for someone else. With the Invisible Man, the art and the writing just complements each other so well, and Danny's artwork is absolutely gorgeous, and it's dark, and it really does such an excellent job having like really selling the main characters, like just of how just nasty he is and just how arrogant he is, and it's just chef's kiss all around. I love it. I really like this issue. It starts off what's the phrase, immediate race, like flash forward and then stories, and it's in like a flashback leading up to everything. Again, I'm really excited to see how this one turns out for the rest of the issues. And the variants are all very cool. I'm sure y'all have seen the Invisible variant, but it's really neat. And yeah, I dig it. It's a perfect book to get into the closer we get to fall towards October. And I see this cover looks like it could be a Turtles cover. The way
it does have a kind of turtle.
Yeah.
So okay, so there's only one left in this series, right? Is Wolfman? Are there other Universal monsters I'm forgetting?
Let's see, we had Dracula, Frankenstein, Mummy. Yeah, I guess Wolfman.
I think so.
Yeah.
Borderlands vibe. Oh, I can see that. Okay, and just in case you don't know anything about it, Nemesis, and you've never read Mark Millar books, Nemesis is the worst, most despicable, dangerous Do not trust this character no matter what. I mean, even if you're just like one of his direct henchmen and do a really great job, it's, a 10% chance he's not going to just be like, you're expendable. So I like his, I'm back. So at some point he actually got captured and imprisoned, but there's been a series since then. This just like re-ups big time. The opening sequences here, he basically like burns down part of a town. And so it's clear from this story that he's got some kind of real big, gigantic plan he's working on. Worldwide kind of domination plan. No Moral Batman is exactly the way you should think about him, because he's super rich enough that his alternate personality is buying up the top of different industries' businesses, which he gets warned about kind of by one of his own people. Is like, you're setting yourself up to be hated, because no one likes a really rich person. Everybody hates definitely somebody that has like owns the tops of lots of companies. That just makes you. And I don't know who this person thinks they're talking to, because clearly this guy does not give a F about any of that. He only cares about his own agenda and what's going on. So if you want to see a mastermind, bad guy mastermind doing bad guy mastermind stuff, here's the beginning of the series. You don't have to know anything else except for he is bad with a capital B. And he might kill you when you read the book. Who knows?
So I made a oopsie doodle. So there are books that me and Jen will pull together so we can both read it and enjoy it.
Sneaky sneaker.
I made the tragic mistake of not, because the pile again was in her hand, so she saw the issue. So Jen was supposed to read this issue too, but I was like, "Oh, cool, 6th issue." This is the final issue of this arc, and whoever at DC made the decision to extend this series to 12 issues. Bless you so much. Thank you so much, because oh my gosh, if this was the final issue, I would have lost my mind even more than I'm losing it now. Like I have said so many times, this is the best absolute title. I know everyone loves Batman Day. They're all good, but this was just my absolute favorite. Absolutely adore it, and it's still like the momentum of the book is still going strong. And I found out after I read it, it's going on a 4-month hiatus for the second part of the arc, and I'm just so the issue. It takes it takes place after right after issue 5. There's blackout. Everything's just going crazy, and you get to see something that is like because you read issue 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So something happens in issue 5, or something is revealed in issue 5 that has like just across like the absolute line, just period. It's still like, what is going on? Like this, we get to see that, or the Martian gets to see that too. So like, where is this going to go? And again, this continues directly straight from issue 5, and something that trying to say vague people who didn't watch it or read it, but people who did read it, something happened to the Chocos, and just something to remember when you read this book. And there's nothing I can really say about this issue that I haven't said before for previous issues, but genuinely, like, it's just genuinely insane how Rodriguez and Cam can work together just so seamlessly on this book. Absolutely. And the fact that it's just like, oh, they can't possibly just like top themselves with the next issue, yet they still find a way to do it every single time. And I love this book so much. There's nothing I can really critique about it. The only thing I guess is just like, I want more. Yes. I can't do a 4-month hiatus on this book, but this will give people plenty of time to pick up the trade, which should have the first 6 issues. They'll be coming out in a couple weeks. again, if you're reading Absolute Martian Manhunter, you already know how good the series is.
Yeah.
If you're not, you need to get on it now. You need to just. It really is worth the hype. Like a lot of these absolute titles, they absolutely are, and there should be more printings of the entire series. Very like coming out very soon. I want to say towards the end of September. So if you want to jump on the Absolute Martian Manhunter train, the Choco motive, or Choco Choo Choo train, this is the one. Absolutely adore it. Yeah. Oh man.
Sounds good. Oh, we gotta hurry. Okay. Masterminds. Oh my gosh. If you guys haven't started reading everything that Zach Kaplan puts out, he somehow has this like amazing ability to have. All his stories are usually like 6 issues long. Portal of Earth's one of my favorites, but this one is so trippy. It's this guy who he himself has developed his own video game, or I don't know, maybe online game, where it's very simple. It's like you are a bird and you have no mother to teach you how to fly, so you learn how to fly, and then that's part of the thing, right? Very peaceful. It means that he gets hired by a big company, but then for that company, he's just like in charge of making trees or whatever for one of their big game releases. He really wants to get the attention of the guy who is the CEO of this company, because he wants to be able to release this cool birds video game that he's created, which won awards. So it's not like a junk game. But as part of this, he realizes through other people telling him, like, there's no way to get to the top to this guy. You can talk to him, but it's never going to happen. If you want to become part of the elite in gaming, you have to try to get into this group called the Masterminds. And in order to do that, you have to break this kind of like, there's this little spiral thing here. They post like this code on a building, and the only way that they'll even talk to you is if you can figure out what this, like crack this thing. And it gets weirder than that, because that's like phase 1, and it's real dark and very bloody and mind twisty. So if you like those kinds of like, oh no, what is really happening here kind of things, I got suckered in. It's like that one where they're like, your phone rings and they're like, oh, you answered your phone. Now, if you put your phone down, I'm killing all your family. So now you got to do what I got to say. And has that kind of feel. That has nothing to do with what this book is about, but that feel like you're like, now I'm on a freight train. I'm going wherever it's going, I guess. If you find it first. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Sorry, I'm taking it to the last minute, so I'm going to make it really fast. Please join us again next week. We love having you here. Stick around. You can hang out with our friends from Wonderlands, and later on with Henri Compan in his show. I'll see you guys later.